Hey guys, first, welcome to my new studio. So I got my bobbleheads back here, got my Packer sign, my Coors Light mug and sign. So instead of sitting on my customer side of the bar, I'm actually just sitting behind the bar. So this is my new studio. I think I'm going to be here every week, so get used to it. So today's video, I'm just going to, again, run down last week's matchups, next week's matchups. Today, I'm going to do a segment. I don't know what it's called yet, but I'm just going to pretty much make fun of every team and their worst start, right? Like, why the fuck would you start that player? All right. So that's what I'm going to do today. I haven't even looked at the teams or the starters from last week, and we're talking about last week. So I haven't even looked. So some of them are going to be tough, but I'm going to get them all. All right. So first, we're going to start with Cheeseheads with Attitude against Third Degree Burns. Burns against Landon. What the fuck? Landon, you can't put up more than 91 points. Burns scored 91 points. I think all the deficiencies that I've been talking about with Burns' team, I think they're starting to rear their ugly heads. And I'm really interested to see where this team ends up at the end of the year. But Landon, you let him off the hook. God. What are you doing? You got to put up more than 81 points against Burns. What the fuck are you doing? Yep, not going to get it done. I'm just going to run down some of Burns' starters and how many points they put up. Big Ben put up 30. That's fine. Elvin Kamara, 3.9 points. Obviously, that will be better. But Marshawn, 6 points. Julio, 9 points. Kenny Stills, 3 points. Gronk, 11. Jordan Reed, 3. Gostkowski, 9, Chargers D, 13. What did I say at the beginning of the year? Like, you're going to have weeks like this, and by the end of the year, that team is going to be so depleted that I don't even know if he's going to make it to the championship game, honestly. But Landon, come on, man. Jay Ajayi, 2. Dion Lewis, 5. Keelan Cole, 10. Jarvis Landry, 9. Albert Wilson, 6. Ertz, 24. Crosby, 4. Chargers, D, 4. So you needed just 10 more points. Obviously, I get it. Hindsight's 2020. All I'm saying is the Bengals' defense this year has been really good. And I understand you got the Chargers, but they're in Seattle against Russell Wilson. I don't know if I'm making that move. My whole come on, man, for Landon is the Bengals defense. Even the Chiefs defense against Blake Bortles. Like, Blake Bortles has been awful this year. I'm starting either one of those defenses over the Rams defense, especially with the secondary being so depleted. The Rams are going to put up a ton of points. You know that the other team is going to be playing catch up a lot. The Rams defense hasn't put up as many points as you think they have, so you definitely should have started one of your other defense, which would have got you a win because the Rams defense got you 0. Now, Burns, I don't know. Like, your whole team sucked through and through. Trent Taylor had you 17. I guess I can't really say anything because you have so few points on your bench, too, because your bench sucks, too. God, your bench, this is the worst bench I've ever seen in my entire life. It's the worst bench I've ever seen. And now we're in bye week season, and I think you're going to start to lose some games. If somebody can put up more than fucking 81 points against you, I'm moving on. I've already gone on that matchup way too long. And then we have Evan against Weiler. Weiler still hasn't changed his name, and I'm going to bring it up every single week. You don't change your name. Change it to Sam or something. Something other than Weiler. Okay, so we have Weiler actually pulled out the win, 126 to 122. That is actually one of Evan's better weeks at 122 points. But you left Martavis Bryant on the bench, and you started Alshon Jeffrey. I don't know if I'm making that move. You also left Julian Edelman on the bench over Alshon Jeffrey. Neither of those, or I'm sorry, Julian Edelman's move isn't going to get you the win. You're still going to be a point short, but I'm still not benching Julian Edelman, first game back or not. He was desperately needed on the field. I'm starting Julian Edelman over Alshon Jeffrey in that game. Alshon Jeffrey's been hurt. He just hasn't, he can't stay on the field. So that's him. And then Weiler, you actually have a pretty good bench. Yeah, for you, I gotta go probably Kenny Golladay. Kenny Golladay. I mean, I don't know who you bench for Kenny Golladay, but I'm finding a way to get Kenny Golladay in my lineup. He had 21 points. Not that it mattered. You got the win, so it didn't matter. But, Evan, again, LaShawn McCoy got you 14 points, and that's the highest amount of points he's got you. He actually doubled his season total from last game. And he only had 14 points. I mean, team doesn't look that good. Hit me up if you want to make a trade. And then next we're going to go to Ricky 2000 against Oily Hips. Lemke against Roofer. So, Oily Hips only put up 103 points. Everybody knows it's not going to get it done unless you're playing Landon or Burns. Any other team, you're not going to get it done. You had Adrian Peterson only got you 7. I mean, we all know he's going to get go on decline. So, and then Tyler Boyd, he has been actually really good all year. And then Brandon Cooks got hurt, and then Njoku just hasn't been that good. Ever. And then Jake Elliott and Seahawks D, same thing. You had to have known that was going to be kind of higher scoring. So with him, with that team, I don't know. I mean, you could have started Kenyon Drake. I mean, nothing would have mattered, I guess. It just wouldn't have mattered. You weren't winning that. I mean, your team just did not do good. But again, Brandon Cooks getting you a dud, a 0, a donut, that doesn't help. Roofer got a win. Roofer got a win. However, he did leave Chris Carson on the bench, which I thought was very interesting considering he was healthy, he was playing, and he is one of the very, very few playmakers on the Seahawks team. Like the entire fucking team. So I was a little surprised that you left him on your bench. And you have Taywan Taylor in your lineup against the Bills. That's just not a smart move at all. I don't know. That's just me. Okay, moving on. We have Gar against Lemish. Lemish came out with the win, 153 to 132. Gar, I'm sorry. You finally had a good week, put up 132 points. You lost. Yeah, that one, you lost by 21. If you would have started Robbie Anderson over Marvin Jones or Amari Cooper or Royce Freeman, you're going to get the win. I personally can't say that I'm starting Robbie Anderson. I can't say I am or I'm not, but yeah, I'm not a big fan of Marvin Jones, although Marvin Jones always fucking destroys the Packers, always. So I probably would have started Marvin Jones. I might have taken out Royce Freeman. I don't like the 50-50 split, and it's actually more like 60-40 in Phillip Lindsay's favor. So I'm maybe getting Robbie Anderson over Royce Freeman, but you never know. And then Lemish put up 153. James Conner had a huge week. Brady had a good week. Robert Woods, DeAndre Hopkins. I mean, you had a solid week all the way around. You had Isaiah Crowell on your bench, got you 40 points. But again, I mean, I can't bench any of those people. I can't bench like Robert Woods. I can't bench him. I can't bench any of those guys. So you're in the clear. So moving on, we got Pump and Munch against Harbaugh's Heroes. So Prusky against Yacht. Prusky Prusky ended up getting the win, 128 to 104. You know, Yacht, I know it seems like you're selling hard. Quincy Enunwa got you 0. You had Jordy on your bench again. I don't understand why you keep benching him. Like, I get he only got you 13 points, and he's still not giving you the win, but you got to get him in your lineup, man. I mean, he's been playing pretty good. Prusky, you know, you put up 128. It's probably the best I've seen your team. You had 3 players. You had Rogers, Barkley, and Ebron go off. I mean, all 3 of them went off. You ended up with 128. You got the win. Congratulations. Next, we're going to go to me and Boggs. This is the last matchup. Boggs beat me 160 to 138. I had a bad feeling about it. I was actually the 3rd highest scorer this week. I was the 2nd highest scorer last week, and I lost both matchups. They were both tough matchups, but for me, there's nothing that I could have done to win that. If I would have started the Cardinals defense and Russell Wilson over Jared Goff, I would have won. But that I'm never making those moves ever. So if I play again, I'm still not making those moves. And then him, you know, he had Tyler Lockett on the bench at 21, but you know, you still put up 160. You know, you had 36 and 36 from Breeze and Gurley. James White got you 17. Odell got you 34. You know, you had, you know, 3 players just go nuts. Overall, I had a good week. I didn't really have that. I didn't have those 1 or 2 guys just go off. You know, I'm still had 138 points. I still had a really good week. Most of my guys did okay, you know, so I'm not panicking yet, you know, but I got to get a win next week. Got to get a win. Okay, so next week's matchups. We have Burns against Roofer. Roofer, just put up more than 91 points, and I think you're going to beat Burns. No, I think I do think Burns is going to get the win. I just see, you know, I just look at Roofer's team and I'm like, who you got? Who you got? You know, you got Deshaun Watson. All right, he's got Ben. You got Chris Carson. All right, Diggs, Shepard, Demaryius Thomas, Sammy Watkins. I don't know. The ceiling on all those guys is too low for me to really like your team. You have Dallas Goedert starting this week. I mean, if he gets a touchdown, I guess, you know, he'll have an okay week, but his ceiling is pretty low. Matt Bryant and the Raiders D. The Raiders D is awful, and you're starting them. I don't even know where they're playing, but they're just awful. And then Burns, you know, I think you have a good enough team this week to beat Roofer, so congratulations on that. Next, we're going Cheeseheads with Attitude. Landon against Evan. This is going to be another interesting matchup. We have Ryan against Jameis Winston. Oh, my God, Evan, your quarterbacks are awful. Excuse me. Yeah, I got to take Landon. Oh, God, Landon, your team sucks, too. I can't believe you traded for Mike Davis. He's not even the starter. If Chris Carson is healthy, Mike Davis is literally useless. Useless. Dan Lewis has been good. Wendell Smallwood. All right. Yeah, I'm going to take Landon. Yeah, I'm taking Landon. I like Thielen. I like Kelsey. I like Kittle. You know, the tight ends, the ceilings just, they're not high enough for my liking with the tight ends. I don't know what it is about Burns and Evan going 2 tight ends every week. They don't score as many points, I mean, generally speaking, than running backs or receivers. But you got Julian Edelman, second game back now. You got Calvin Ridley, Adam Thielen. So, you know, that actually, I think that's going to be really, really close. I think it's going to be really, really close. I think Landon's going to come out with the win, though. I think. God, maybe not. I'm taking Landon, but I'm watching you, Landon. And then we got Weiler against Oily Hips. I have to say it like that every time. God. I'm going to take Weiler. Your team's good. Your team's really good. I think you might have the most underrated team, I think. I don't think enough people are giving you respect. Mahomes, monster. Again, Lemish and Whitey, and then Lemke. Like, what the fuck are you thinking? God. Got Melvin Gordon, Kareem Hunt, Sony Michel, Keenan Allen, Sanders, Rudolph, McManus, Colts. Solid team all the way around. Lemke, I do like your team. Christian McCaffrey's been really good. Devontae's been good. Cooks, he got the concussion last week. That's, it's a tough break. Just traded for Jimmy Graham. Although I'm not super high on Jimmy Graham. I don't know. Rodgers doesn't look right. Maybe they start to pick it up in the second half of the season. I hope. I'm a huge Packer fan, but Rodgers doesn't look right. I know people are blaming a lot of things on a lot of people. All I'm saying is Rodgers doesn't look that good. He's just missing people. He's another discussion for another time. Next matchup, we got Gar, Mr. Fist, against me, Kaiser Soze. I'm taking me. I have to get a win this week. If I lose this week, I could possibly be tied with Prusky. Now, I do own the tiebreaker against Prusky for now. And I have the third most points scored in the league, and I'm only 5 points behind Burns, but I'm fucking 3-2. And another little fun fact, we're 5 weeks into the season. Only 2 people have won high score of the week, and that's Boggs and Lemish and Whitey. Fucked up. We got to step our game up. Let's go. So, I like my team. I'm putting up points. It's just been tough. It's been a rough go the last 2 weeks, facing the top scorers. So, I think I can do it. And then we have Lemish/Whitey against Yacht. I'm taking Lemish and Whitey. Yacht, you've kind of started making some trades. You're just kind of waving the white flag a little bit. So I'm going to take Lemish. Easy. And then we have Prusky against Boggs. Got to take Boggs until he loses. The team is too good. Prusky, I don't mind your team, but Jordan Howard, I'm just not super high on Howard. I'm not super high on Baldwin. I'm not super high on Robinson. I like Juju. I like Ebron. I like Rodgers and Barkley. But I don't know. The team is just, I don't know if it's as good as I thought it was in the beginning of the year. But, I think it's really deep. You have a really deep team. All right, so those are my picks. I'm going to go through standings real quick, and then I'm going to wrap this up. So in the Lannister division, so crazy. We still have Burns at the top. We have Burns at the top at 4-1, Landon at 3-2, and Weiler at 3-2. And then we got Ricky, Oily Hips, and Shearer 2-3, 2-3, and 1-4. I think the only team, Evan, obviously you can make a run, but you just gotta get engaged, and you gotta make a trade. You gotta do something. Maybe trade for a running back or something. I don't know, but you gotta do something to kind of come back from that. You've only scored 561 points. It's not that much. Roofer, he's only 30 behind you, and Roofer's team is awful. It's really bad. And then in our division, Stark division, Boggs is 5-0, 772 points is a lot of points. And then Lemish and Whitey are 4-1, and then I'm 3-2, so we're all in. And then Prusky's 2-3, Pump and Munch is 1-4, Mr. Fist is 0-5. It looks like in our division there's 4 teams trying to hit 3 spots. So I'm just going to try to fend off Prusky the best I can, make it to the playoffs, and make a run. So That's all I got for now. Good luck, everybody, and I'll see you next week.